Okay, March. We've already talked about March deer chores. And I don't know which video will come out first. Probably deer chores. We'll probably have that come out first. And it'd be easy just to say, look at deer chores. And for March deer fails, deer hunting fails, you just say, well, if you didn't do these things, then you failed. Or it's a failure in March. But we try to come up with something different in every point. And to me, there's some glaring ones when it comes to March. So we're going to go through real quick, just March deer fails. This should be a good one for you. We're trying to keep this to 10, 11 minutes or less. Dylan?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, Dylan, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Okay, pick a number between 1 and 6.
4.
4. Okay, pick a number between 1 and 6, but not 4.
3.
3. Okay, one more time, but not 3 or 4.
5.
5. That leaves 1, 2, and 6. Let's go 6, 2, 1. So the first point, last chance for 100-yard test. That's the order we're going to do these 6.
All right, shaking things up a little bit, huh?
Yeah, we're shaking them up because we throw them out there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
let's do it like this. This will be less confusing then. Okay, 4 is first, 3rd is second, 5th is third.
I'm so confused. I don't know what you got going on here.
So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the order because 1 used to be first, 4 is fourth, and then 3rd was right here, 5th was down here, 6 was here, 2 was up here, and 1 was all the way up here, which I already did that one.
You ever watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
No, huh?
I'll throw the image on here. He looks just like Charlie when he's looking at the chalkboard.
So here we'll go like this. So really, this is like this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Is anybody else keeping up with this?
Yeah.
Call in if you're keeping up with this.
Yeah. So anyways, number 1 is actually number 4. So number 4 is down here. So last chance for a 100-yard test. That's really clear, isn't it?
Yeah. This is gonna be a fun one.
So last chance for 100. What does that mean? So when the leaves start coming down the trees in a lot of places, things start blooming up. You have a lot of shrubs, even invasive shrubs under the hardwood story, under the overstory that start to block visibility. And so Dylan and I talk about at a bare minimum, if you can see 100 yards through your woods, you have problems. I'm really looking at more 50 yards, 40 yards, 60 yards before you have an obstruction, before you have growth, regeneration, shrubs, briar, something breaking up that visibility. So right now, before leaves are actually coming in the trees and blocking and shrubs blooming and trees and leaves taking over so you can't see, is a great time to get in the woods and make sure that you're actually really assessing your habitat and being critical, because I go to a lot of properties. Dylan, I'm sure you've been to a bunch this year, where I was at one the other day where I saw it was a nice shed, but I saw that shed from 100 yards away. The woods, and the landowner knew that. They wanted to know where to put their clear-cut pockets that they were doing, what to do with the overall timber stand improvement, what to do on the outside edges for their access. They knew that. But really, that was probably about a 50-acre woods, and you could see almost every square inch on flat property in northern Ohio of that woods. Didn't certainly pass the test, that's for sure. So that was number 4. We're going to go to number 3 here. Not reading the label. What do I mean by that? You know, it's interesting in really looking at this food plot seed game, and you can check out WHSWildlifeBlends.com. We have all of our 12 products on there now available for purchase. But in really getting into the game and working with our seed supplier, we really found out, and this seed supplier is excellent. He's been around for a long time, and he let us know, and he's someone that does projections and sales for, that's what he does. And so with his projections, they find that March is top 3 or 4 for food plot seed sales the entire year. I was surprised at how well our February is done, let alone March, then April, May, it keeps going up. June, July, it goes down a little bit, goes up a little bit, end of July, August. But bottom line is there's a lot of people buying seed right now. You really need to read the label. I invite you to read the label from ours. What you're looking for are a couple, just real quick things we won't even talk about anywhere else. Look up inert matter. That's a legal wording that has to be on every seed bag. Inert matter could be coating, could be dust, could be debris, could be chaff, whatever it is. The bottom line is it's not seed. So you find in the cheap seed blends, say Usually online, they'll offer free shipping. If any seed company's in a big box store, because of the prices that the big box stores dictate, they have to cut costs in order to make a profit. So they cut costs by having a high percentage of inert matter. That means non-seed. That means you buy 10 pounds of seed, you think you're buying 10 pounds. If it's 30% inert matter, and we've seen as high as 60, that's 60% that's not seed. That's 30% that's not seed. That's 20% that's not seed. Sometimes they'll say it's coating. That just means lime. They do that. 3 pounds of lime in a bag means nothing. You need 4 tons of lime or 2 tons of lime on your food plot per acre. So when you have 3 pounds, means nothing other than they cut the seed cost by 3 pounds. They cut the seed amount by 3 pounds out of a 10-pound bag, and you just bought 10 pounds of quote seed, which is really 7 pounds, but you paid 10 pounds for. So look at inert matter. That's what's not in the bag in the form of seed, and unfortunately, a lot of these big box store seed blends have that in it. It's just a fact. It's just the way it is. We do not. Something like a bird's foot trefoil needs to be inoculated. It's a small percentage in our perennial blend. So that has to be inoculated. So I'm not saying that some seeds shouldn't be inoculated, but we try to stay away from those seeds that are inoculated. So really check out those seed bags, look for inert matter, and then also ryegrass. Ryegrass, unless you're in a huge deer population area down south where that ryegrass stays green and grows all winter long, and there's nothing else available that'll stand up because you have small food plots, ryegrass might be your only thing that'll actually stay green throughout the hunting season because they're not digging it down to the dirt. They'll eat it because there's so many deer. You stick that up north somewhere, especially ag land areas, they won't touch it. So ryegrass is a noxious weed that is no different than the grass in your yard. The deer don't really like it unless it's special circumstances, high deer density, overpopulated areas. And then there's other problems to worry about. The bottom line is if you have a high percentage, we looked at the one label that we looked at, it was 60% inert matter. 25% of the remaining 40% that was in the bag was ryegrass. So literally out of that mix, all the good stuff that they put on that label was equaled only 30% in the bag. 30%, another 10% out of the entire mix. So I'm just talking 25% of what was remaining that would actually grow. But 10% of the mix was ryegrass, 30% of the mix was some other type of seed blends, different types of seed, and 60% was nothing. So really look at those. Look for inert matter and ryegrass. Unfortunately, some of these companies have both in at the same time. Number 5, spraying equipment. You know, one of the first things I'm doing in the spring is I'm spraying Simazine on my switchgrass that has weed, that needs weed control. I'm starting at some point soon for my buckwheat plantings, more end of May. I might spray clethodim, which is a foxtail attacker, basically a chemical that you can spray on foxtail within switchgrass and not harm the switchgrass if you don't spray too much. Bottom line is getting your sprayer equipment ready right now in March will really put you ahead for spraying in April and May when the big spraying time comes, especially to take care of your switchgrass or start your plots. Maybe spray some 2,4-D-B on your clover, 2,4-D-B because it won't kill clover. 2,4-D will kill your clover. Don't spray that on it. Make sure it has a B on the end and you follow the recommended amounts. The bottom line is make sure your spray equipment's ready because when it comes time to spray, that's not the time you want to figure out that it's not ready. Now we're come down here, number 6, organizing gear. Dylan wanted to point out that some of my hunting stuff is still in the backside of my truck right now from hunting season. Now I can offer a little defense for that in that my truck was in the shop for about 7 weeks. I hit a bear with my truck up when we were fishing in Canada, coming back in the United States, and I hit a bear up north, and they had my truck in the shop for about 7 weeks, finally fixed it up, and it's running good now. Seat belts have blown, we hit it pretty hard, so it was a big bear. No, we didn't find the bear. We even circled around, but it was pitch black, no street lights, and it was like 4:30 in the morning, so we didn't find the bear. But bottom line is it really put me back. So I kind of had hunting clothes in my truck still, hunting clothes in Jen's truck, and you know, to get over to Coon Valley and hunt all the way to the end of the season. So, but bottom line is, this is a time where you remember where stuff's at, where your laser rangefinder, wherever it might be, your hand warmer tubes, all your gear. Great now to make sure it's organized, and you'll really be happy you did so come September next year when you're getting it all together. You're starting to wash your clothes, getting ready for the season, and doing whatever you're doing. Right now is a good time to get it together, because if you don't right now, if you're like me and a lot of people I know, you probably won't get it together. It'll be in some pile somewhere, and I really like to be organized going into the season. My favorite time to do so is right now, so make sure you take this opportunity to do so. And then number 2, Simazine on snow. Whether it's Simazine on sow or frost seeding seed on snow, You don't do either. When you spray Simazine, people say, well, I'm going to spray Simazine. We had a question this morning. It's March 1st. I was going to spray Simazine, but we got all the snow. What do I do? Well, you wait till the snow's melted, and then you spray. Mother Nature doesn't dictate a certain time on the map when you need to spray Simazine. So there's a window of 4 to 5 weeks. In that 4 to 5 weeks, spring can be early or late. Simazine is a pre-emergent, so it needs to be sprayed before weeds are growing. So that's the answer of the timing. Not March 1st, not March 15th, not April 1st, not February 15th, not a day on a calendar on the date or a certain time. It's really just before spring green up, which can vary greatly. So after snow, after frost and freeze, it doesn't green up immediately right after that. You still have a week or two window, even if it's going to really warm up quickly. So Simazine is more of a timing thing based on your area, your spring green up of the current year, because it can vary greatly. And same with frost seeding, number 1, which is last, number 6. And frost seeding on top of snow, people talk about that. They even talk about, I used to see seed sitting in the snow. That was a good time to do it. It's not, because in hilly areas, we find that seed can end up, I had a big fail of that back in 2014, 15, where a bunch of my switchgrass seed ended up in a pile down the bottom down there. And so you can have erosion. You can have ground that's hard, and it rains hard, and that seed will wash away. So don't take it for granted that you think that that seed is going to soak into the soil and it's going to stick. It often does not. And whether it's spraying Simazine or broadcasting frost seeding on snow, I would avoid that. Definitely avoid it. I want to make sure you get the most bang for your buck. It's not going to matter if you frost seed on snow or right after the snow's gone. Right after the snow's gone is a great time. Let snow come on top of it. 10 inches, 2 feet of snow. It doesn't really matter. You could have frost seed in October, November. So just frost seed when there's no snow. Spray Simazine, which is a pre-emergent before snow, or it's going to kill your Simazine. It basically evaporates with the snow and doesn't soak into the soil. So really be mindful of those things. And Dylan,
Yo.
you said this was kind of like weird, but I think I got everything, didn't I?
Yeah.
You'd like check them off?
Oh, yeah.
See, that was a new order. Maybe we'll do that again. I think that was very effective.
Sure.
Because we go through these orders, just things that are on the top of our head, but I like this order better for whatever reason. So anyways, try to avoid these March fails. We'll have more in April, May, June, July, August, September, all the way through, because we can always learn from other people's failures, my own failures, and know what not to do. A lot of times that guides you to success because you understand why not to do something. A lot of times doing something, but just do this now. Do this, plant this, do it right now. And you don't really know why it's now. You're just following direction. Where I believe if you take the failure route and you understand why someone actually fails at something, you'll learn more, and it'll make you more successful, not only during this habitat season right now, but also heading into this hunting season during the hunt itself. Enjoy the hunt. Enjoy the hunt in the fall by avoiding these failures, especially in March and every month beyond leading up to the season. Hey, I'm really excited to introduce to you our Hills and Thermals web class. It's something we worked on all year. We're trying to put lots of facets of scouting, aerial imagery, diagrams on the whiteboard to really teach you how the wind moves through hills and how you should find bedding areas, how it relates to deer movements in general, how that relates to, this is a bedding area stand, this is a food source afternoon stand. We really tried to put this together and offer you a complete picture of how to navigate hills and find better success consistently where you hunt.